The best lessons for fitness and health coaches are always going to come from making mistakes. Let's face it, if you get it right the first time, you got lucky. You need to know why. So often that comes from doing it wrong, realizing what can go wrong so that you can avoid it and plan for it next time. Even with an experienced team, you'll have mistakes. Sometimes it's because of the experience. They aren't looking at it fresh and meticulously like something they take ownership for the first time and did at one time for you. Maybe even you've experienced this yourself. And if that's true, it's time to make a change. I'm Deborah Atkinson. You're listening to Fitness Marketing Mastery, where I share sales and marketing strategies that are easy, enjoyable, even fun, so that you can create a business and a life that you love without being sleazy, salesy, or pushy. And right now, post pandemic, when every one of your best friends and competitors is online, you really have to have the right message, the one no one can copy but is so good they will try. And if you're up for a little support with your copywriting so that you can, number one, take your social media posts and turn them into something that makes people want to come to your website. Once they get there, they want to subscribe to your email list. Once they get there, they want to open every email. And once they're there, they think you've got the greatest material and you're the best possible help for them right now. That's the idea. That is a funnel. But a funnel is really nothing more than clear messaging and communication every step of the way about who you serve, how you do it, how it's unique, and how it helps them solve a problem. So, right now, I'm offering a copywriting course. It's live, and you'll get help in real time to not just have me present content, but have me present and you work on your copy and get some feedback in it. It's coming up July 21st if you're listening. And even if you've missed it, I want you to go to the link in the show notes if all of that appealed to you. All right, here's the 5 lessons that I learned from earning $135,000 in 30 days. So I don't know about you, but I track and I measure things. And I don't love going to collect the statistics, but I do know exactly the statistics I need. I don't always get those numbers, and that's on me in leadership. But let's talk about what I discovered after tracking and measuring what's true in 30 days. These are bolder strikes and things that you need to know, but things that potentially you too won't learn until you go through some growing pains. The first one is it takes a village. From behind the scenes to get it ready and keep it going to the partners who promote you and ask you to do lives on their platforms to the team members who were invested in the breakdown of a launch afterward about what went well and what we need to work on. All of it takes more than just one person. Now, you may wear all the hats at the beginning. I did for a really long time. I took some of those hats back during the pandemic as well, like many of us did. Let's talk about this. For your affiliates, those people who are actually going to promote your programs for you, you want to find like minded business partners. Who else serves the same audience you do, but doesn't do what you do? And what they do may also complement what you do and serve your audience. So you can help each other out. Find your team. Find people to hire that you both like and agree to be accountable for the measure of success of their role responsibilities. When mistakes happen, it's really easy to get upset. But when you genuinely like the people that you're working with, it's easy to forgive when that blows over and figure out why it happened so you prevent it in the future. If it keeps happening, time for a change. That said, you have to have clear expectation. and see when someone isn't meeting your needs and is overstretched or can't support your back end the way you need it. Sloppy mistakes and lack of willingness to report on measures of success is either a lack of understanding about what those measures are or the job, and a lack of ability to do the job, or a lack of motivation for what it is that they're doing. You need to find out what it is, decide what you can fix, and it might be communication, instruction, and it might be just the wrong who to do the job. If you have somebody that you're grateful to have on your team, ask them what they need to succeed and what could distract them from doing the work that you have to have done. It's important to have that conversation because if they've got things you can't control, again, it might be time for a change. You'll depend on others more and more if you want to grow and grow. For us, hard to delegate, I'll just do it myself, people. It's a big and it's a necessary step. Number two, things will break and mistakes will happen. Expect it, anticipate it, and you can get best at preventing it. Writing standard operating procedures or SOPs is a start, but holding a person accountable to doing them is the important part of operations. If they skip a step or complete it incorrectly, your business suffers from the mistake. I'm sorry doesn't cut it. Once you've created SOPs, you need not only to have them checked, but it has to be visible. All parts of your team should see where you are in the process of going through, say, a launch, where you're going to open the cart, where you open up the sale for a certain product or service, and where you close it and where you're delivering, and who's got jobs all along the way. And it's really key that an individual who's following instructions behind the scenes, if they're not holding themselves accountable for the role, something needs to change. Again, it could be about clarity. Maybe the communication isn't great. Maybe the instruction isn't good enough so that they understand how to do the job. And that comes back to communication. It's a two-way street. So it just doesn't work if somebody's got the roadmap, but they're not following it. Hire responsible people who want to do a great job, be held accountable, love checking off that they've done a task and are on track, and then everyone can celebrate it together. Number three is people are watching. They're listening and they're reading your content if you're consistently adding value. A few people will buy from you the first time they meet you. Some will buy when a resource they trust introduces you, and many more will follow you for months or even years before they decide to buy. The numbers break down like this. About 15% of us are quick starts. We will, if it's the right thing for us, we'll say yes right now. But about 85% of our customers are slower, more analytical, methodical decision makers, or they're not in the right point in their lives. And all that matters is their opinion and perception of that. So they won't do it now. But as long as they're still subscribing, they're still watching and reading and listening, there's still an opportunity when the time is right or they perceive that to be true. You've got to play the long game and it will pay off. Your email should offer so much value that people want to open them and stick around. Email promotion after promotion without value is not going to work. Number four, you can email frequently, and it's okay as long as you offer that value. Mailing infrequently is a sure way to fire or surefire way to fail. Wow, I couldn't even get that out. I was so excited about it. But if you mail infrequently, chances are you're not selling very much. If you're fearful that if you email more, you will lose subscribers, of course you will. You will lose a few subscribers every time you email, but you should be less worried about that and more focused on bringing more traffic who are buyers, who want your help. Because those people who are just squatters sitting on your email list and not buyers are really not people you can help. So why would you waste your worry on whether or not they unsubscribe? So if you need to do a better job of segregating, separating your email list into segments of people who are interested in this versus that, then you'll be sure that you're emailing people about content they want. That's the only way around it. You've got to feel confident that when you're promoting something, you should be able to send 4 emails in 3 days in order to get someone to make a decision. That decision might be no. It also might be no, not for me, but I know someone who would love this program you're talking about. So do not say no for somebody else. So you've got to decide which one of these is causing the most reluctance for you if you're afraid to email, and deal with it. Is it that your emails don't offer value? Is it that you never know what to say? Is it that you don't actually have qualified leads? You don't have people on your list who can afford you. Decide. What is it? These 5 lessons for health and fitness coaches are all important, but none potentially more important than the last one I'm going to share with you. If you want to make major changes in your business and be a personal trainer or health coach, but not just be a trainer or health coach, but be the personal trainer or health coach, then you need the ability to do this. The 5th lesson is put yourself in the customer's place and make it the basis for any and all content that you create. The only thing that matters is what she or he thinks and feels. Put your personality into your content, put facts into your content, and put emotions your customer can identify into your content. I hope these 5 lessons for fitness and health coaches were helpful, especially if you're having a tough day. When mistakes happen, it hurts, trust me. It's your business. And if a team member makes a mistake, they aren't the owner. Though you may get lucky and find somebody who treats it like it's their own, they will likely never care as much as you. There is nothing different about making $5,000 a month and making 6 figures a month when it comes to relationships with your customer. So think of yourself right now as a millionaire. What if you made every decision in your business as if you were a millionaire? Would a millionaire send this email? Would a millionaire say this in their email? Would a millionaire be afraid to email their audience about something that they knew would be life changing, game changing, improving quality of life? So, if you right now, wherever you are, nail down the conversation that you have with your customers, you will be on your way to whatever is your definition of success. Maybe it's not $1 million, maybe it's helping 1 million people. But if you don't have the right message or clarity about that message, what you do, who you serve, so that you can create more happy customers, then I'd love you to consider this. I'm preparing this copywriting workshop for marketing to women. It happens live July 21st, 2021. You don't have very much longer to get in, but I promise you this, it's worth far more than what I'm charging for, because the messages that you send are far more important right now in the middle of 2021 than they ever were before. It's time to help people make a comeback after the pandemic, to get their weight back into healthy, reasonable means, and to regain muscle and to lose the fat and to deal with depression or have a means of expressing it. so that they've got a way to reduce their stress levels. So I will put the link in the show notes at itsfitnessmarketingmastery.com/copywriting to get there right now. Consider it, hold your spot, and a quick review. 5 lessons. It takes a village. Even if it's just you right now, be thinking as you do every task every day. What kinds of things am I doing repeatedly that I could create systems for and SOPs for so someone else could do that job eventually? Number two is things will break and mistakes will be made. You may be making the mistakes right now because you're wearing so many hats. Be okay with it. Do the best you can at preventing them by systematically giving yourself even a checklist, even though you know it and you care. You're in a hurry too. Number three, people are watching, listening, and reading your content if you're consistently adding value, even though they may not buy today. Keep sending valuable content. Don't just promote. It's all about how you show up between promotions. Number four is you can email frequently, and it is okay as long as you're offering value. You essentially earn the right to promote by offering value between promotions. And number five, put your content or put yourself in your customer's place so that your content will resonate with them. That should be the basis for any and all content you create. And I'm going to go deep diving into 5 profiles of females who buy. So if you're selling personal training, most likely you're selling it to females. And if you'd like to do it better and help more women, you need this workshop. I hope to see you on the flip side and inside the Copywriting for Marketing to Women workshop. What are you waiting for? The world needs you right now more than ever.